The Roaring Trumpet is a 1940 novel or short novel by Sprague and Fletcher Pratt, and it is the first Harold Shea magical misadventure. I read this in the Incomplete Enchanter, but it was originally published in Unknown's May issue from 1940. The stories are, well, Shea going to parallel worlds of myth. In this one, we get the Norse mythical world, particularly adventures of Thor as told in Snorri's prose Edda, Gylfaginning in particular. But the story begins with talk of psychology and parallel worlds. Pretty typical, actually, in some ways for the time if you read a lot of pulp from this era. Shea plans to go and see one. Well, he wants to try, though there is a fear he won't be able to return. He opts to go to Ireland, an Irish myth, but there's a little bit of an oops there. So I will say, as far as like the adventures are concerned, it's not bad. It's not poorly written by any means. This is not as engaging as the last thing I read by DeCamp, and I haven't read anything by Pratt before this. But it's really not that noteworthy either, especially if you've read Gylfaginning. And the reason I decided to finally read The Roaring Trumpet at the time I read it is because I was reading Gylfaginning in the prose Edda at the time, and I will say that actually reading the prose Edda was more entertaining in some ways. We do get more. There's like more of a story here rather than just this particular like Norse Edda, but it's not very entertaining. I mean, like, the story itself is actually kind of humorous, but that's the Gylfaginning stuff. Beginning with like finding Odin in like a snowstorm and like going to this like tavern or inn where a bunch of the gods meet. I mean, like, it doesn't add that much to the story, I feel like, and I feel like it probably isn't going to matter all that much, considering the next story, I believe, is a take on Spencer's The Fairy Queen, and is certainly not so much of a sequel, I guess, in a ways, to this Norse world. So, again, it's okay. I mean, not my favorite thing I read by DeCamp, not my favorite thing I read from 1940, but not bad. It's really short, so it doesn't take much time, regardless.